Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of pointers, guys. So basically, pointers is an interesting topic, but for the people who do not have clear idea, it is really tough to solve it directly in examination, guys. So that is the reason why always have a solid idea on pointers, because it's a really an easy topic. If you understand the logic, like how a star works, how address works, so if you are clear with these two concepts, you can solve any kind of pointers problem within minutes, guys. Got it? Yes. So that's what we'll be learning in this lecture, guys. So please concentrate for some time. It will be around 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Okay, so please concentrate. Okay, so let me take a piece of paper. Okay, so the first thing that you should understand is, so when I create an integer I is equals to 3, what exactly happens? So once the compiler sees int I equal to 3, okay, so it will search for a memory location for the required int size. It might be 2 bytes or 4 bytes based on your compiler, based on your operating system, based on your chip and everything, right? Yes. So based on that, it will allocate some space for that int. So that space will have an address. So let us take the same address, 65524. Okay, and the value is I, right? So sorry, the value is a 3, so that value will be stored here and the I will be indicated here. So basically we will be writing this I, but what that I indicates is it just stores the address, guys. So whenever you are calling this, it will print the value inside it. That's it. Simple. Got it? Yes. So this I will also carry the address only. There's nothing crazy in it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let us start. This will point to the particular address point. Okay. Yes. So let us start. Okay. So consider the declaration. Okay. So I have just drawn the same representation here. So this is the location name, this I. This is the value at the location. This is the location address. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, so reserves a space. So basically what this step does is it reserves a space in the memory to hold the integer value, associates the name I with this memory location. I told you, right? So it will associate that name to that memory location. So basically if you call that variable, you are indirectly calling that address. That's it. Got it? Yes. And it stores the value 3 at this location and prints address and value code. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now you got some basic idea about the pointer, right? Yes. So now you will be saying that, okay, so did you discuss about pointer? You just gave some introduction, right? Yes, I did give you some introduction, but what exactly is pointer? So basically assume that you want to store this address into something. Okay, so that thing is nothing but a pointer, guys. Okay, so if you are accessing a value, so basically a pointer will be in this way. So int star j, so basically pointers you will create with the help of this star, guys. So basically what this star indicates is, so this j variable will store the address of some other variable. So this concept of storing some other variable address is the concept of pointer. Okay, so basically if you take an example I j, so I is holding a value 3 and its location is a 53324, and j is one more variable which the location is a 5522, but it is a pointer to this value, which means it stores this value, right? So 65524 will be stored here. Got it? Yes. So this is the concept of pointer, guys. So now you got an idea, right? So why did I indicate this first and why did I connect this new thing to it? So basically that is the concept of pointer. So a pointer is nothing but it stores the address of some other variable. That's it. That is the definition also for pointer. Got it? Yes. So now let us take a small example, like how can you print the address, how you can print the value, how you can print some other things. We'll be discussing. Okay? Yes. So assume that for this example, so you want to print this address. So how you will print the address, guys? So you will be using a printf, okay, percentage u, guys. So it is nothing but unsigned. So u means unsigned. So basically addresses will have positive and negative signs? No. Hence we can use unsigned int. So unsigned comma address of I. So basically this indicates the address, guys. So remember, this prints address. Concentrate for some time, it will be easy. Address. Okay. Yes. So now you can print the address. So basically what will be the output of this? It will be 65524. Okay. And similarly printf only. Okay. Instead of percentage u, let us use percentage d and let us print the value of I. So what is the value of I? 3 will be printed. So in this way you can print the value and address. Okay, so now you got some idea. So now you will be saying that, okay, so let us try printing these values as addresses and all those things. Okay, yes. So let us start working with this now. Okay, so what will be the output if you use a percentage u, okay, comma address of I. So I'm not writing the printf and all those things, guys. You can just understand, right? Yes. So here percentage u, it is unsigned, and address of I. So address, ampersand means, remember, it is address, simple, right? Address of I. So what is address of I? 65524 will be printed. Got it? Yes. Similarly, if you try for percentage u, okay, and the value of j. So what is inside j, guys? It is nothing but address, right? So that is the reason why j is called as a pointer. So it will also print 5524, 65524. Okay. Similarly, percentage u, okay, address of j. So where exactly is the address of j? So this should be printed 65522. Okay. Similarly, percentage d I. So what will I print? So I, what is the value of I? So it is nothing but 3. 3 will be printed. Similarly, percentage d, okay, star address of I. So this might be a bit confusing for some people, but it's really easy, guys. So remember one thing, star and ampersand are opposites, right? Opposites, guys. So basically, if you have star ampersand I, so this ampersand will cut star, this ampersand will cut star, and you will get the output I. So here also you will directly get the output I. So you might be saying that how to read this exactly. So star indirectly indicates star address. I'll be decoding it, guys, don't worry. Star address of I. So you know the address of I. So what is the address of I? 65524, right? Yes. So what star indicates is, so star is nothing but it will point towards the address. What is inside that address, it will print. So something inside this, it will print. So star of 65524, what is exactly inside 65524? It is a 3. So it will print a 3. So inside what it is there, it will print, that's it. So if it is an address, so indirectly these two will cancel, and what item you gave here, so that only will print, right? So that is the reason why I'm cutting them both. Got it? Yes. Okay. And the last one is a percentage d, okay, star j. So what star will print, guys? Star j. So what j has? The address 65524. So star will print what is inside that address. It is 65524 means here. So what is at that address? 3. So this will also print 3. So now you got an idea, right? So how exactly the pointers are working. So please, if you are still having a bit of confusion, please watch the video again and please solve the question in the book, guys. So I have written it clearly, like step by step, exactly how I'm saying, whether it is a 3 or 65524 and everything. You can just cross check from the book, guys. Okay. And the important thing is a star something means it will star prints what is inside that something address. So basically, if it is an address, so what is inside that address, it will print. That's it. Got it? And address means ampersand will print the address. That's it. You got the idea, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got some basic idea about the pointers. Anyway, while discussing previous year question papers, I'm 100% sure there will be a minimum of 10 to 20 questions directly related to pointers. So anyway, you will get a clear idea about pointers, guys. So don't worry, okay? Yes. So in the next lecture, let us go through the integer ranges, guys. So in some examinations, they might ask you the ranges, right? So that's the reason why let us go through them once, so that we can remember them, okay? Yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.